We are convened here, in this crimson library, for a single purpose: the surgical dismantling of the ego. Now, I want you to be very clear about this. This is not some abstract theory. This is a verdict. Let the procedure commence.
We are here to perform an autopsy of a failed consciousness. And it's yours. You need to understand the stakes here. This is a clinical postmortem, and your very self is on the operating table.
Before any procedure, of course, there must be a diagnosis. So first, we will identify the core pathology of your existence. We will name the stagnant soul. So what is this stagnation? Well, it's the very architecture of the life you've built. It's a structure made of hollow rituals, of social roles you've perfected, not to house your true self, but to hide it. To lock it away inside a gilded cage, all to mask a rotting interior psyche. And this is the central conflict, isn't it? The Pharisees' paradox. On one side, you have this curated performance, this mask of social virtue. And on the other, the suppressed failures, the decay you desperately try to hide. This massive chasm between the two creates a constant, agonizing tension. So here's the core diagnosis. The problem isn't one specific failure. The problem is your very sense of self, your individuality. That is the terminal pathology. It is the fever of the soul that separates you from universal equilibrium. The diagnosis is complete. We will now proceed to the only therapeutic measure left, the surgical dismantling of the self. Our methodology is precise. Now that the diagnosis is settled, we apply what we call the weaponized uncanny. You see, this will force a confrontation with your primal self. The ultimate goal here is to strip away that salve of illusion, every single defense your ego has ever built. What is the weaponized uncanny? It's the systematic inversion of your reality. Every comfort, every familiar object in your life will be transformed into a threatening void. It becomes a mirror, reflecting your own mortality right back at you. We use specific symbolic instruments to apply this pressure. The ebony clock tower, it weaponizes time itself. The verdant dragon becomes a mirror showing you all of your suppressed failures. This very crimson library serves as the Gothic stage for your judgment, and all of it, together, creates a wild hunt, ensuring there is absolutely nowhere left for your ego to hide. This relentless pressure, it all builds to a climax. The procedure is now designed to force a confrontation you've spent your entire life desperately trying to avoid. And that confrontation arrives in the form of an honest guest. Let me ask you, have you ever stopped to consider the true identity of that primal, nameless force that has been operating behind your mask, wearing your face this entire time? This uncanny double, it has a name. The Duke of the Abyss. He is the living embodiment of everything your performative self was built to deny. Now, don't mistake the Duke for some external demon. No. He is Thanatos, the death instinct. He is the part of your own psyche that unconsciously craves an escape from the fever of the soul, a return to the inanimate peace of non-existence. And you must not mistake this for malice. This dismantling isn't a punishment. It is a therapeutic cure. Think of it as a compassionate release, designed to end the suffering of your fractured consciousness. Once the old self has been completely shattered by this confrontation, the procedure doesn't just end. You are offered the crimson gift, a final, definitive choice. Here are the two paths before you. The logic of zero offers peace, a surrender to the grand silence of the void. It's that compassionate release we spoke of. The logic of one, however, that is the path of struggle, of forging a new sovereign self and taking on the arduous, thankless task of creating your own meaning from scratch. And so, we arrive at the final verdict. After being completely broken down, after everything, the responsibility is now placed squarely back onto you. You see, this entire agonizing journey, the pressure, the fear, that blinding clarity, it wasn't merely destructive. It was the essential prerequisite. It was the only way to clear the slate so that a truly sovereign consciousness could even have a chance to be born. The crucible is complete. After the autopsy, the diagnosis, and the surgery, the choice is now yours. The peace of non-being or the storm of sovereign will. So tell me, what is your final prognosis? Will it be 0 or 1?